What's poppin', everyone? I'm Don Ferguson, and welcome to the Teeqlife Cantina for an all-new episode of Something New. If you're new to the platform, it's where we taste, talk about, and review different spirits from all over the world. So what's on the menu today? Tequila. Una Familia Anejo. The Anejo market is just super hot right now. I think it's because of the pandemic and everybody was at home, they were drinking, all they wanted was the good stuff, getting their PPP checks. Okay, I'm speculating, but they were at home drinking a lot of Anejo tequila. We've seen it explode. I've had this one for a while. It's just been sitting there screaming, Don, when are you gonna pop me open? It's like I Dream a Genie. You gotta rub it, and whatever. Una Familia Anejo. We're gonna pop this open because we wanna let it breathe. It's an Anejo, you wanna let it breathe for, maybe a minute or two and just open up so that way you get all of those flavor properties in your mouth. Una Familia, it means the family. This is a tequila brand imported by the same company that has been serving the Midwest authentic Mexican food for the last 63 years. Now, if you're a fan of the show, I know you are, you have seen this brand before because we did the Blanco and the Reposado. Be sure to watch it if you haven't seen it. As I said before, Añejos are really hot. Extra Añejos are even sky high. The super, super duper premium tequilas, they're just flying off the shelves. You can't even keep them. However, if you don't know what an Añejo is, let me explain a little bit. We're here to edutain you. A Blanco tequila is unaged. A lot of people call it white. They compare white and dark tequila. It's all starting out as the same. It all starts out as a Blanco. Then you have a Reposado that is aged anywhere from 2 months up to 1 year. And then an Añejo is aged 1 year to 3 years. After 3 years, that's when you kick into the extra Añejos. How long is this one aged? And I really couldn't, I did painstaking hours of research and I really couldn't find an exact amount of time. But looking at the deep, rich, golden color, we're going to get to the color in a minute, I'd probably say about 18 months, something like that. It'll tell me a little bit more, when we do the nosing, but just from the deep, regal color, I'm probably thinking around, 14, 18 months, something like that. Color. As I said, it's a nice, pale amber, almost glowing. You got these lights here in the Teeqlife studio. All right, so it's like a loft area. But whatever, it's a studio to me. It's glowing. I mean, it's a really nice gold. You see the legs are just kind of sticking to the rim. They're slowly cascading down. It's like, the Iron Curtain falling. But yeah, it's really absolutely nice, like a really, golden yellow. I like it. It's almost like, it's like a beer. You ever see a beer, but it smells a lot better than a beer? That's in my opinion. It's filling up. This is why I love to use a Glencairn glass because it's it keeps the body down here and it funnels it up in the air. And I'm telling you right now, I'm smelling, a honey sweetness. But before we get to the aroma, let's talk particulars. It's NAM 1438. It is 100% Blue Weber agave. It's harvested anywhere between 7 and 9 years. It's a blend of highland and lowland agave, so it's a little bit unique in the flavor profile. They use deep well water for the distillation, stone brick oven, autoclave cooking. Don't know how long, but typically, when it's a blend, it's 10 hours or 15 hours a brick, and then you do the autoclave. So let's get to nosing. Aroma. Smells like tequila. No shit. Yeah, you get that, cooked roasted agave. It's almost like a honey sweetness that's rolling up into your nostrils, filling it. I'm not going to say what. Nice sweetness. I mean, really, really, really refined. I mean, I'm not getting a lot of alcohol vapor. I'm not getting a lot of pepper or spice. It's really nice. Caramel. I'm getting some vanilla. I'm getting some of that oak from the barrels. I couldn't really decipher what barrels. I'm thinking whiskey barrels now that I'm doing the aroma. Plus, as we look at, the tint or the hue of the juice, I'm probably thinking whiskey barrels here. We'll be able to tell a little bit when we do the tasting. But I'm getting a lot of tropical flavors, like a dried pineapple, mixed with that sweet honey. It's really pleasant. It's very nice on the nose. And what I like about it, as you do these nosings, I'd call them nosings, they're not burning your eyeballs. And that's what, like, some of those liquors out there, they're so potent or they're so strong or they're not distilled correctly, so they have a lot of, impurities. You're getting so much alcohol, and it's just overpowering. This is really nice. All right, my favorite part, it's time to taste. Una. Oh, that's a nice sweetness. Not overly sweet. So it's like a balanced sweet. It radiates on your tongue. A little bit of white pepper there on the back end of it. It's warming up. So, you kind of do want a little bit of spice or a little bit of heat when it comes to tequila, but you don't want it too peppery that it's just going to, explode. It's like an inferno on your taste buds and on your face. Let's go in for round 2, and we're really going to talk about the flavor profile. Dos. That's nice. So the first one coats the palate. The second one really opens up everything, and I'm getting some of that dried tropical fruit. We're definitely getting some pineapple, maybe a little bit of papaya. Very fruit forward because you got that honey sweetness. Very balanced though. So it's not anything that is just, out of whack. It's nothing that is too sweet. You're getting a little bit of pepper on the back end of it, but that honey and that sweetness, that cooked agave is really blending very, very nice. I'm now getting a little tiny touch of butterscotch, and you got some oak. But we got to do number 3 because 3 times the charm. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I mean, we don't get a lot of añejos, in the Teeqlife Cantina to review and talk about because they're just so hot. They pretty much sell. So this is a pleasantry. This is something, this is like a marvel that we're able to get an añejo. It's not often, but this is really nice. Like I said, you got a nice agave sweetness. I like to call it a honey sweetness because you can kind of, understand it a little bit more. But I'm getting some of that oak. So it's almost like a charred oak. I'm getting that whiskey on the back end of it. That's just what I think it is. I'm pretty sure it's whiskey barrels. Nice little butterscotch, just, hinting, up there like, hey, I'm there. And then on top of it, some tropical flavors, which are really nice. That oak is really shining through. So it almost drinks like, a fine whiskey or a fine scotch, something like that. That little hint of white pepper on the back end is just really complementing everything. Their tagline, born in Mexico, raised in Kansas City. Yes, because this is a company that is based in Kansas City. And they're doing some big things. Now, is this too sweet? I don't know. Let me go in for number 4. No, it's definitely not too sweet. It is very nice, well balanced. It's great for the palate. You're getting that oak. You're getting some spice, a little bit of that pepper. I'm getting some vegetal tones now, which is really interesting. I didn't catch them on the first 3. But would I buy this? Yeah, I absolutely would. I think it's actually a really nice sipper. If you're a cigar person, it'll pair extremely well with a cigar. And it is a nice sipper. You're sitting by a campfire or at a fireplace and just relaxing. I think it's got what you need. I got a lot more left, so we're not down to the down, but that wraps up another episode of Something New here in the Teeqlife Cantina Bar. If you want to see what's coming up on future episodes, be sure to follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We always show what's coming up on future episodes. Also, if you're a brand and you want to be right here, right where Una Familia Anejo is, look at that. Oh, I shook it up. It looks so beautiful. Be sure to email us. Or if you want a recommendation, I do that as well. If you want to find out where to get this, I'll let you know. Life's too short to drink bad liquor. Choose wisely. I don't drink bad liquor. We'll see you on the next episode. Salud.